Initially, we had said we were going to use 2 rapid tests for foreigners coming to the safety corridor, not for Belizeans. We said we're going to use PCR testing on Belizeans arriving. Of course, science evolves, evidence becomes, evidence changes. Rapid tests themselves improve. If you go back to what we said in March and April, we had anticipated that by the end of May, we would have had rapid tests that would have had a high level of sensitivity and specificity. That didn't happen. But throughout last week, we got a note from PAHO indicating that there was one test that was showing some promise in terms of sensitivity and specificity, which interestingly is one of the 2 tests that we already were in the process of validating, which we're going to be using with the tourists. So based on that, and contingent on what our validation process, which is currently happening, allows us to find out, then we should be able to use rapid tests. In the first instance, we are thinking of communities that would have active community transmission. San Pedro and some communities in Oranjewak. Go out and do field tests, if you will. If we are finding results with high levels of sensitivity and specificity, then we should be able to roll it out. Maybe even for those returning Belizeans repatriates before October. And maybe that might be the thing that we find that works for when the airport opens. So we're going to be testing it in the field towards the end of the week. It's being tested right now in the lab and see how that will go.
So is it safe to say then that that rapid test may be used for mass testing?
Eventually, if we find out and there's evidence outside of Belize, along with the evidence that we find here, yes.